that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
That information is not available.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error.
You know what they say. No good deed goes unpunished.
Hello, morning. Okay, here we go again. Hopefully this is the last one. Maybe not. For a while, at least. Just make sure we've got some audio. Morning. If you watched the last one, Windows decided to do an update and decided to make my sound audio recording equipment not the default selected one. So I had to go and reselect it again. So don't do a Windows update, or if you do one, make sure you check everything after. Alright then, so where did we get last time? So we got COM port being able to be selected, which is a prerequisite for having a release version. Then we needed to put the call sign in, so we're about to now create an input string box out of the one that we've already got. That's a message box, and we need to add that to it. And there was one thing else. Developer mode stroke standard mode. We need to toggle the developer mode on and off, so we need to do that as well, and that'll do for now. And possibly get rid of some of this stuff from being able to do a scan until you switch to it. Yeah, so, and then we've got to edit those rings off there, those borders, and probably get the AB button working right, the VM button, and switch to video VFO and memory. That should be easy enough to do once we've got the rig state and everything. We've got it all set up, and put the VFO into a memory. That's probably a crucial one. And this is not the actual text for it. AI threw a wobbler there when I asked it to create the skin in the first place. So that one is actually M to V, memory to V, so we need to change that. So, and that's supposed to be QMB, not OMB. So we need to sort that out as well. So we can either place something over the top of it or edit the graphic. I think we're going to edit the graphic. Anyway, that sounds like a lot to do in a day, so we'll see how far we get before I have enough of it. Okay, let's get on with it then. Let's just run up the program. It's going to ask me again, do I want to update? Here it is. Always ask the same questions. No real way to turn it off. Every week or they come up with a new version, so I don't want to update. I'm using an old framework, so I didn't think there's any updates for it. Right. Okay. Let's crack on with it, because I need to get a release version out there, really, before I go back to work on Tuesday. Right, so we need an input box for our, let's carry on with that then. Yeah, so I'll tell you what, let's go over, we've got to find now the, we're just on it here, look, that's good. Yeah, so we just need to bring this back into, from unhidden to visible, and then we need to change that to black for a bit. Okay, so we can see what's going on here. So we need to go ahead and add a developer mode to that. So let's go and do a developer mode. I'm just putting them in order that we need them. So oops, developer mode. Obviously we ain't got enough space there, so we're gonna have to alter that a little bit. Let's do that now. So the column definitions need to be changed. So let's give it another 20. Should be enough, and we need to reduce this one by 20. There we go. Okay, and we need to put a variable in there. Developer mode, right? That'll be an on or an off. So somewhere here. Okay. Developer mode text block, and the default one will be on off, so we'll say off. There we go. Okay, now we need another button, and so we could do it by clicking on it, but we're going to keep the buttons there because we don't want too many settings at the start. I don't want a load of settings. It's supposed to be simple, this project is not supposed to be too drawn out and extensive, just simple. So refresh the ports, enter the call sign, and this one will be switch on developer mode. So let's create another button. Another button on the end of this, and this one's called developer mode. Can I get it all in? Probably not. Okay, so I need to make the width slightly bigger. Width is gonna be, I don't know, let's say 100. Let's say 90. Is that enough to get it all in? Almost. Not quite. There you go. Probably a bit more. No, that'll do. Go on then. 2 more pixels. There you go. Developer mode. Right, that's it, it's done. So we just need to go down here and click developer mode, click button click. So we'll go to the definition, it'll create me a new entry there. Right, I'll do this normally in a function and handle loads at once, but I'm not bothered because we're not going to have that many. And it can be done another time. Right, so first we need a global variable for developer mode. Well, let's just set that one. Right, so we've got our click button for developer mode. Need to go back up to developer mode text block. And we need to change the developer mode here. So we haven't got a variable for developer mode. Needs to be saved with along with rig state. So yeah, we could save that along with the rig state. Why not? Instead of creating a separate one. I'm just going to put that in there. Text block text equals. Then it's going to equals. I'll just say off for now. Okay, that'll do for now. Let's go and create ourselves a variable in the cat control, and we'll call it I suppose it should be an int really. We'll create an int out of it. because we might have more than one mode. Well, we did say it on or off. So developer mode, right? Well, it's really the rig mode, as in not the mode of operation. Yeah, developer mode. That's, well, just leave it as an int. Let's just make it a bool and totally ignore what I just said. Okay, so we've got developer mode. So we can go down to here and we're going to do an if cat manager dot, no, it's not manager, it's, I forget what it was now. I always forget what it is. It's got 3 or 4 classes in the one class. Here we go. Static, so it's current. So we go like that. And put that in there, then current radio state dev mode. If dev mode is, we need a struct. Let's find our structs. Where's our struct? Do we have a struct folder? Oh, yeah, my structs. There we go. Or should we put it in? Tell you what, we'll put it in the cat command one, because it is, the variable is in the cat command. So let's just put it up here. Here we go. Put it right at the end like this. Public enum develop modes, developer modes. So the first one is going to be developer mode off. That's going to be 0, and then we've got developer mode. Oh, it's already going to do it for me. Developer mode on equals 1. Yeah. Well, that'll do for now. We can always extend it. Well, we can if it's not a if we didn't make it a, let's make it an int. If it's a bool, it can only do 2 things. But if it's, anyway, let's go down to the bottom. We've sorted that out now. So if the developer mode is equal to developer modes dot if it's off, which it will be as default unless I didn't make it off. I'll tell you what, let's go all the way back to the top. No, that's the wrong one, wrong class, hang on. Go to the top of this class. Let's give it a default value. Oops, where's the V? Where's the E? Developer mode. It's not finding it. Why not? What have I done wrong? Oh, there it is now. It's found it now. Right, it's going to be set to off as default. So, and that's an enum. So I need to cast it into an int. There we go. So that's your default developer mode. Right. So if the developer mode cannot be applied to operand of type int, okay. If right, so we're going to cast that into an int. Right, so if it's off, we do that. So we'll need to give it some of those. Else, I mean, you could switch it really. Do we make a switch statement now? No, we can just leave an else. Else if. An else if, an if and an else if block is the same as a switch statement. Right, so if it's on, if it's off, turn it on. If it's on, turn it off at the minute. And if anything else, if it's anything else, turn it off. If it's anything else, just turn it off. Because something went wrong. So if it's on, turn it off. If it's off, turn it on. And of course we'll need to change it as well. So this should be in a function really, but we're making a little mini function right here. So we turn it on, and all this gets saved with the, you close the program or click save, it gets saved with it anyway. Yeah, so we're on, we're off, and then if nothing selected or something went wrong, we're off. There's your developer mode setting, and it sets the mode. Now we could do with something visual on the front of the main radio, because we might not be in this mode, and that means that is on or off at the minute, so that's fine. We need some symbol on here to state that we're in developer mode. So how do I do that? I could push all that over a bit. Yeah, let's push all that over a bit. So let's get onto this bit. So we've got our text block. Let's get over. So we're going to have to work down it. So let's change its position. Let's say 7.0. Keep going. Don't stop there. What's that like? Okay, don't go anymore. Right, next block. This one here. I should have worked out how far I went. Shouldn't I? Oh, I need to bunch it up anyway. Right, let's go 7, 8, 9, 7, 1. That's too much. What's that like? Send off. Yeah. That'll do. Right, next one. This one. So let's say 6. What's that like? A little bit cluttered. Let's bring it back a bit. You got to find out. Yeah, that's probably a little too much. Right, okay, next one. Time slice. That's not bad. Okay, next one is all that one there. Let's bring it over a bit. Yeah, so when anyone they want technical support to take a photograph, we can straight away see if it's in developer mode. Alright, a bit more. What's that like? A little bit too far over. Yeah, it's not bad. Probably needs to come down a little bit. Does it need to come down? Yeah, probably those two need to come down. So, or is it the whole thing? Yeah, the whole thing needs to come down a little bit. So, what's that like? Yeah, it's better. Time slice looks a bit off now. Time slice. And the scope off looks wrong as well. That's the trouble because we're not quite straight. Right, scope off. Yeah, send off. Okay, send and receive. Sends. Can I go down one? Just about get away with that. Right, okay. Let's go back up. Yeah, okay, so we want something in front of it. Right, so we need to create something in front. So we just need a little icon to indicate what mode we're in. So I think we'll use just find use that one as a copy. Okay, let's pop it in there. So 316, so let's say 26. We're going to have an error because so developer mode on off text block. Right, dev mode. I might have just put dev mode. Right, let's change it to dev mode. Right, okay. Let's just see where we are. I need to come back a bit more. Oh, we might get developer mode in there, actually. Let's try it. Yeah, we might fit developer mode. Devel, I can't spell. Devel. I can't spell to the life of me. Developer. Oh god, doesn't look right. Developer, yeah, developer mode. Okay, I spelt it right there. Look. Right, so I just need to. Right, that one needs to go over a bit. let's have a look. Right, okay, developer mode. Now the canvas, the width is not enough. Okay, what's that like? A little bit too far. That's a bit too far over. Developer mode. No, I thought we were going to have an icon. That'll do. So development mode is off. Yeah, we'll leave it like that. Okay, could it come across a little bit? Probably could. Is that too much? Yeah, it's too much. Right, that's okay. That looks a bit off now. That'll do. Right. So developer mode, you can't switch it from there, but then you've got to go into your settings, right? So we've got a new thing we need to add to developer mode, and so we need that one. Text is equal. See what AI does something crazy for you. Okay, so if we're on, we're turning it off, and if it doesn't know what was selected, we turn it off. Okay, so we're changing the mode. If it's off, we're turning it on, and if it's on, we're turning it off, and if anything else, it's just off. Okay, now we've got a global variable there. So we can issue that, we can do stuff with that. Let's just see if it works first. Let's run it. I'll switch the radio on. Switch the radio on. I need to get my Station Master Pro software hooked up with my Yaesu FT-710 at some point. So developer mode is off. Let's switch it on. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Begs the question, why not? Let's find out. Right, so why didn't it switch? There's the button, so we've got developer mode button down here somewhere. Where's the button gone? Oh, no. Right, so we're not on the right thing, hang on. It's down here somewhere. Here it is. Right, where's the button? Here it is. Developer mode button takes you to, go to that, and there's the definition. So obviously it's not evaluating these correctly. Let's just see if it goes into it. See if it's even going in there. That's unusual. Right, so no, it's not. Probably because I'm not selected. Let me select it. Yeah, we're selected now. Yeah, because I was just showing it without being selected. Right, so that should just. Oh, it's waiting for me. Let's just take these wait states out. Now we know what there wasn't a problem. It's just I never selected it. Right, so select that, even though it's showing, it shouldn't be showing. Yeah. So it's off at the minute, so I toggle it on, toggle it again. Actually, this can be a toggle. These are toggle buttons, but doesn't matter. I could make that stay like that. I suppose it'd be better, but I mean, it doesn't matter. We've got all that in place now anyway. Developer mode. Developer mode. Oh shit. Right. Okay. So we've got developer mode. Now we can refresh the ports. We can select a port. Call sign next. You have to restart, so that's still doing the wrong info. So the call sign. We need to create a requester now that asks for input. So let's go back over here. So we've got developer mode. Yeah, call sign was save button. So we need to make this equal the call sign button. There we go. Go to that. There's your call sign button. Click. So we need to bring up a requester. Here's a requester. Save the state. So all we need to do is bring up the requester. Now it's a requester notification. Can we alter it, or do we create a new one that asks for a string? It'd be best if we can alter it. Oh, we can do something we've never done, because this was programmed a few years ago. Never thought of using AI, so what we can do is I will just go ahead and use Gemini to save a bit of time. I could do it manually, but I'm just going to give it the user control, and I'm going to tell it what I want to do. So first I'm going to give it the two files so it knows what it's dealing with. So front end user controls, I haven't put it in the user control, have I yet? So let's just stop that a minute. Hang on. Let's get them. Right, here they are. I've already created another one. Notification, information. Which one am I using? Notification. So the information. No. Ah, that was the two I put in there when it user requester information. Yeah, that's the information one we need to give it. So anyway, let's just close these. Let's move these up into user controls. It's getting a bit cluttered. Right, so hopefully, yeah, so we've got our user controls. So I can just give it the files, and it's the request for information we want to give it. And I will say C# Windows Presentation Foundation Framework 4.8, so at least it knows what it's dealing with. I would like you to don't we just want one control to do both though? I think we do. Right, hang on then. Let's copy that. Let's come out of that and go in again. I'll just keep the one control and make it switchable, I think. Instead of having loads, because if you want to change the design, you've got to go and change the design to two controls then, instead of one. So, well, if we create it out of one, Alright, so I'm going to give it the two files, but not those two. I'll give it the notification one, the ones we're using. We'll delete the other ones, so we've only got one code thing for the requester. I'll paste it in there. I would like to give the, hang on, this bit I haven't told it what to do yet, how to initialize it. Hang on, so I need to go back to this bit here so it knows what we're doing with it. Right, so how do I do this? Paste it in there. So I'm just going to cut that out of there. And then I'm going to type in. Oh shit, no. Hang on, what happened? Oh, there it is, yeah. I would like you to extend the user control to have the ability to request a string with a cancel enter button, keeping all the styling and layout. Go fish. There we go, go fish. I can have a sup of tea now. Well, let's carry on for a minute. To extend your Windows support string and put buttons while preserving the exact style, follow the implementation. Add a new request to type. Default property of the input fields. Requester types, okay. Add a text box inside row 2. Conditionally managed. Okay, and what's it doing all that? Could you update my files? If you'd like me to update the profiles, yeah, that's what I want. Why would I be here? Here's a full code. Right. Okay. We'll give it a try. Copy the XAML. Let's go into the XAML. Oh, that's the information. We need to close that one down. And close that one down. That's what we need to do now. And that one. Is there another one? No. So we need to go over to here. Notification. Wipe out this. Oh, what's it done now? What on earth has it done? I think it's got a glitch on it. What have I photographed? Why is it citing all this? Let's give it me all in one go, is it? Cite to? What's it talking about? Could you keep the files separate? Instead of trying to confuse people with it's changing the way it's done it. Never done like that before. Somebody's altering the program. Oh, it's not kept them separate. I tell you what, I will give the files again. You seem to have forgotten. Excuse me. Right, yeah, if you catch Gemini or ChatGPT, if you catch them when they're busy or whatever, shouldn't be busy this time of day, but unless it's busy for another country around the world. Let's see what it says about that. What's it doing now? Here are separate updated files based on original input string. Let's see if it's still doing it the same old way. No, it's done it the right way this time. Thank you. It's like a dog. You've got to get the dog to behave. You've got to train it. Train it from an early age. If you let it do what it wants, it'll run riot. So don't let it run riot. You've got to tell it what you want. It really doesn't like helping, does it? You'd think it'd be enthusiastic. I'd love to help you with your project. Do you mind awfully accrediting me at the top? No, I don't mind at all. It never asks. Right, let's see if it'll still build and be okay. Build it succeeded. Let's just see if it still does everything it used to and more, hopefully. So I'll go on to that. I'll just say refresh the ports, click that, and I'll click save. If you have to, you will have to. Yeah, so it's still doing the same thing. That's good. So we need to get to the bit where we're changing this notification. So it's a new message. And what are we actually doing? I forgot what we're doing now. Oh, an input string for the, yeah. Information request. Please enter a valid call sign. Request to type is a input. Okay, let's see what it does. Let's see if it's made an absolute mess of it or if it's done okay. This will be interesting, won't it? Save me messing around doing it. I can do it, but hopefully it'll be quicker. But you've got to control it, you've got to train it. Right, so we want a call sign. Right, information request. Please enter a valid call sign. Of course, it's way too big. So who should we put in? I don't know. Let's just put my own in, but I need something different. Mine's already in there. So who should we pick? I need someone's call sign. I'll pick my old one. Here. Yeah, 2E1 CGD. There we go. Enter. I want the enter there, not there. But I can sort that out. Okay. So I haven't told it what to do with the call sign, obviously. Right, show dialogue. So we need to get the message back. So we need to find the message dot something. Text. Is it tag text input? Is that it? Right, we'll ask it. It doesn't seem to show me how to get my text out. How to get my inputted text out. Oh, do you want to do that as well? No. Show dialog, input result. There we go. Request to type input. Show dialog, user string is input result. There we go. Okay. Input result. There we go. So we've got the call sign. So we've just got to find out. Click here to really load the design. I don't know what happened there. I wish you could just lock this in position. Right, so we're in here, developer mode, call sign. We need to set the global call sign. So have we got a global call sign? No. So we need a call sign. Although I probably did create a call sign. Oh well, we'll create one now. I'll leave it in the same order, why not? String call sign. There we go. No default. Save that, and so we'll do a basic check to make sure it's not null. If show dialog equals true, show the dialog and click and check if the user clicked enter. Right, so here we go. So there's no evaluation check to see if it is valid, but anyway, you could count the characters, make sure it's put a certain amount in or whatever, but it's only for display. They can put something else in there. Right, so input string. So we want to say copy that variable there. Call sign equals message results. There we go. That can stay there. Right, so if the message, like, if it was shown, if they didn't click cancel, then make it result. So you could remember the old call sign if you want. Or it won't overwrite it anyway, there's no point. Right, okay. Okay, that should do the trick. So we've got to update. We've updated the variable. Now we need to update the call sign, which is just that one, which is further up here. Call sign text block. So we've set the variable, and we need to make the call sign text block text is equal to. We could just either make it equal to that one or that one. Doesn't really matter. Okay, now when it boots up, it's got to load that up now. That call sign. That's when you set it, but it will, yeah, as long as it takes it from that when it loads the program. Now there is a bit. We'll have to go all the way to the top, find out where we're doing the default setting for. We need to do some work on that as well. The boot up part. So the boot up part. So we're loading the state. As soon as we load the state, we can set the call sign, which will be set anyway. But we need to make sure when we load the boot up, it reads the call sign instead of. That's in transceivers display mode, I think. Switch transceiver modes. Toggle it. Hang on. So boot up. Okay, so it is just a matter of there's nothing there to see there. So when I go into boot up, it's a tab, isn't it? Alright, let's just go to a tab. I'll click on that, take me to tab. So the first one is boot up. There's your call sign text. Welcome to G7UIV software. So we need to give it an X name. X name is the user's call sign. There we go. Text block. Okay. And it's going to have mine in there as a default, is it? No, it'll just load it up when it installs. It'll be blank, so it'll just okay. So user's call sign text block. So we need to, when it loads up or switches to this tab, as soon as it boots up, let's find out where it's going. Switch transceiver mode to the boot up. Okay. I mean, we're not doing a lot on boot up. I mean, you could do it from there if you wanted. It's already loaded the. Has it loaded it? No, where is it? Oh, loaded the state, yeah. And then it set the boot, yeah, so we could just do it there actually. Let's just do it there. Call sign text block text is equal to FT control. Don't know which one it is now. I forgot it. I forgot it. I always forget it. Here it is. There it is, just that one there. Equal to the call sign. There we go. That should do it. Let's see if it works. Right, so let's just run it. I'll have a swig of the tea until it beats me to it. I don't get to have a swig of the tea. Don't talk and swallow. Dear me. Alright, still got mine in there. Right, now why has it still got mine in there? Ah, because we've never set that variable. Ah, hang on. Call sign excuse me, 2E1CGD. There we go, enter. Oh, there's a problem. What didn't it like? Invalid, unhandled expression. Cannot set visibility of call show dialog after a window is closed. Right. Okay. Right. It's a bit of the chicken and the egg situation. Show the dialog, check if the user clicked. Right, hang on. Ah, so that is the show dialog. Show the dialog and check if the user clicks. So, yeah. I'm showing it twice, aren't I? Right, so we'll get rid of the show dialog from here. Do it down here, and hopefully see what happens now. Oh my god. It's just funny. It's funny. 2E1CGD, no longer a valid call sign. It used to be my novice call sign back in 1988. There it is. Okay. So we can either click save or just close the program. Okay, so we'll close it and run it. Now it should start up with 2E1CGD, maybe. Yes. I've still got my call sign there. Yes, because we're only setting the one. Oh, we're making that equal, but we're not changing that one. Ah, because this doesn't normally light up, so if we click there, still not changing it. Right, that's weird, isn't it? So it's set the main one. So we're making the main text block text equal the input. We're making that equal that. So the bit that loads the boot up bit, so I've got, hang on, so that's the text block. Where's that text block? Oh, that's the, yeah, that's that bit. So it's hot. Oh yeah, it changes that. That's no problem. Now I need the other bit. Here it is. Call sign text block. So it's not set in the call sign text block as well. Let's have a look why. Let's go to the top. Maybe we've got to put it in here as well. Where have we done it? Here it is. Yeah, it's a different thing. So we've got two in it. There's a well-known thing in the industry. Andy, welcome Andy. Another Andy. How you doing? Let's just welcome. Andy J2N6L. Welcome to the stream. A serial port. Doesn't this belong in a serial service? Yeah, I wonder what you're looking at there. Oh. The port open. Yeah, you're on about that one. You're on about that one? Yeah, that's actually a function. That's just a wrapper. Yeah, that's just a wrapper, that is. We have got a serial surface over here somewhere. Serial, there it is. So that it's just a wrapper, it doesn't actually open a port. I was adding some more stuff to it the other day. So it's just a wrapper. So this does the opening of the port. Open there. So it's only a wrapper. Yeah, you could do it anywhere. Yeah, you can do it anywhere. I do want to thin this out, actually, the main window. So yes, might be an idea to push those open ports. Just initialize it. I do some initializing sometimes, and it does it all as it initializes. Yeah, there's a lot of code to be edited and tidied up at some point. You're right. You're absolutely right. Right. Let's just make that the same thing. Right, so we've got both things loading up as the call sign. Yeah, all this could be taken out as well and put into its own class. We've got a lot of classes. There's a lot of work to make it clean, so clean it up and tidy it up. It can be done. I normally try and do it as I go. It's instantaneous, then no worries. Yeah. Yeah, I only I open it later on the port. Oh, we've got 2E1 CGD. So developer mode. Let's see if we can change developer mode. Yeah. So developer mode on. So if we save it and close it and run it, should it give me developer mode, or have I got that far? I don't know. No. So we need to preserve the developer mode. We can do that when it boots up as well. Okay, so we're changing developer mode. We're never setting it unless we're doing the dev mode there. So we need to go back to the bottom. So we're going off on a load of tangents. There's lots of boilerplate code in here still that needs to be got rid of and tidied up. Yeah, there's a lot of that stuff in here. So we've got dev mode here, so we need to set the text blocks to on. So this needs to be a function really, doesn't it? This needs to be a function if we're going to also... Yeah, so we'll create a function. We'll probably put this in the cat command library, seeing as it's one of the cat commands. Although it's not really anything to do with the cat command, it's more of a UI thing. Right, let's create that. We've got to work out where we're going to put it. Where shall I put it? I need it away from main window. Yeah. I don't know. We'll just put it in a function here for now. Don't like to duplicate code, so we're going to maybe make it private, void, and alright, load. Should we call it load? Yeah. Or set developer mode. Set developer mode, that'll do. And it'll just use the static variables. Right, okay. So copy that, get rid of this bit, and we're going to put this up the top with the other bit. There we go. We'll put it here on boot up. Set developer mode. There we go. Okay, let's see if it'll do it. Well, we'll have to find somewhere to put all these Really, your main window wants to just be as thin as, or your code behind needs to be as thinned out as you can. So we've got 2.1 CGD, developer mode on, save. You don't even have to save because you can just close the program and it'll do it for you. So if we run it again, we won't see it this time. Oh, we'll see developer mode, yeah. Alright, so it's still saying developer mode is off. That's weird, isn't it? We've got the 2.1 CGD, so it's obviously not liking the way I'm setting it. But, oh, we've got the developer mode on. Clicked save and it didn't save it. So we're doing something not quite right, which is weird. Developer mode, it's an int. We're casting it, so whenever we cast it, we seem to do something weird with it. Tell you what. Right, let's go down the bottom. Not the bottom of that one, that's the wrong bottom. Go down the bottom here. So we're setting developer mode. Go to definition, right. So if it's develop, oh, so have I made a toggle? Sorry, I've made a toggle, haven't I? Yeah, I've turned this set developer mode. It's a toggle, and of course it was on. It switched it back off again. Yeah, so I need to stop it being a toggle. It's okay when it's on a button click for toggling on and off. Yeah, so when it's off. So set developer mode. Right. So it really should be toggle developer mode there. We want the same. We have to modify this function. Okay. Right. So it's going to pick up the developer mode. Yeah, wrong name that is for that. That was a toggle, or it's a get or set, isn't it? It's that click toggles it. So I don't want too many functions doing the same duplicate code. I just want one. So we want not to toggle it. We need to set it. So we can have a variable here. Let's have a read only, so a bool read mode only equals false. There we go. So if read mode only, or if not read mode only, do this. The problem is we're going to make duplicate code, but it'll be in the same area. So if it's not read out, okay, so we're going to do, you could use some C# stuff with the question mark inline and do all that. Not that bothered. We can also always optimize it later. Later on, someone can go through it and optimize it. So I'm just gonna do a simple if. Well, we can just copy that again if you like. Duplicate code. So we're in the else statement, so we're in the read only, so I'll just pop that in there. So we don't need to do an if statement on it. So if we're in if developer mode is off, we'll just need to make it off. Okay. Else. Okay. So if we developer mode equals on, we need to just make it on. And we need to not actually set the state. Or did I not set the state? Yeah. I don't need to set the state. Right, so we don't need this in there because that'll change it. If it's off, it's off. If it's on, it's already on. Wouldn't hurt to leave it like that, but right, and if it's anything else, it's off. That should do it. Right, well, have I got a thing there? And else. Why has it put me a little marker up there? If. Oh. Yeah. I don't know. That's a weird one. Right. Oh, we don't need that there. Oh, I'll tell you what. We'll leave that one there because that we could have left them there. Right. Yeah. If it's anything else, we make it into off. Yeah, that's okay. Right. Next one we want to do is just add a true to. That can stay false, but at the top one, we just need to add the true. We're read only, yeah. So read only, true. Okay, so we're not going to set the value or toggle it. We're just going to load it. Let's give it a go. Let's see what happens. There's loads of ways of doing this. So 2E1 CGD, let's, developer mode, it's on now, so we're off. We'll leave it off, we'll save it. So we'll close, we'll run it again. Once we've got developer mode, I can go hide all the stuff, so we're in developer mode and it's off, so let's set it to on. And save, and close. Run. It should just be on now. Yeah, developer mode is on. So I'm just thinking, does that need to be an LED? That'll do for now. Anyway, it's not that important. Right, so we finished with this bit here now. We can set the call sign, and we can set the COM port, and we can set developer. That'll do for now. And that's actually showing you 2 bits of information there. So let's go back and blot out this settings tab again. So we've made it visible. Doesn't need to be visible, and that needs to be transparent. Okay. So. And I also need this to time out and go over to the main after so many seconds. Let's just run it up as it is. G7UIV. Shall we have a look at UJ? Right, so welcome, yeah, so obviously that's my old call sign, so set the call sign. Golf 7 Uniform India Victor. Oh, these, I don't like the cancel being there. I like it to be there, so we need to swap that around. Okay, we won't save it, but because it saves it when you close. But I'll not click it. Let's just see if it did save it on closing. I'm pretty sure it did, but well, I'll try it again. So we've got a save button just for the user. Yeah, you don't need to save it. Okay, so that's all okay. I'll refresh the ports. So you can change the COM port on the fly. Okay, you don't even need to save it, but save it anyway. Right, so in the welcome screen then, it needs to time out and go over to the spectrum scope after a little bit of a show. You can't actually get it back again, it only shows you on boot up. Right, so anyway, so we've got that working. What else? What does the thumbnail say? Trying to wrap it up, yeah, trying to finish it off. Oh dear me. Right, trying to finish it off. Yeah, so what we need to do now, I don't know what to do next. So I need it to swap A and B and get these buttons relabeled up. That's a bit of graphics, I'll do that later. Yeah, these scan shouldn't show up yet. ABC only does scan when you go to station scope. So we need to stop those buttons doing that. But then what do they do? Well, they're not doing that. We've got to alter this bit. I've got to get this working, the filter bit. Finish this off at some point. Get all this working right. We've got our little indicators there. And that, and I think there was one other indicator we needed. Oh, was it going to be dev mode? One of them was going to be, can't remember what I said it was going to be now. These little white ones are sort of flags that set up. Might have been the dev mode. Not sure now. Can't remember. Anyway, I have some ideas and I forget the next day. So these aren't really doing anything at the minute, so they're part of the dev mode. So I need to just tidy up some stuff, but like stop these showing. And so you've got the ability to click on it. Now if someone's using a tablet they can click, but it's not easy to drag. They haven't got a scroll wheel like I got a scroll wheel and I can drag. They don't have that ability if it's just using a tablet, so we're going to have to try and make it tablet friendly. Let's just switch the aerial back over to this one. Let's just do a sweep. Yeah, this is just more of a bit of fun. This is. It does show you if there's anything near you. It can go a bit crazy. Alright, let's do a sweep. Let's do a time slice. So it's actually listening while it's sampling signal strength on this -10 and +10, and it's switching so you can hear it at the same time. If you want to carry on listening to the conversation while building up the background.
Your contest, Sugar 51 Canada Kilo, Sugar 51 Charlie Kilo, that's contest.
Of course you can switch it off.
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt, Sierra 51 Charlie Kilowatt, contest.
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt.
Contest, Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt, Sugar 51
Spain, isn't it?
Kilowatt, contest.
We could give them a go. Let's give him a shout, why not? Tell you what, let's just
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilo. Sugar 51
I'll close the
Charlie
program.
Kilowatt contact.
I'll just minimise that. I'll chuck down the thumbnail. I'll run the executable.
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt contact. Sugar 51 Canada Kilo.
Right, so I'll get this logged up here. Now I've got Station Master Pro on here. I suppose we could try it for logging. Don't know. Should we try it rather than connect directly to QRZ? Right, let's try it. Hopefully there won't be any doxing going on. Right, I need to shrink this down a little bit. So let's put this as high as we can get it.
North America 026. And what is your number? What is your number? What is your number?
Right.
10?
Oh,
Thank you.
what's it doing?
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt contact.
Oh, it's busy doing something.
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt.
That's weird.
India Bravo to Mexico.
Updating. Oh, it's doing some updating. That's it, it's finished now. I don't know what it was doing there. Oh, is there a minimum size? Oh, there's a minimum size. Right, okay. Minimum size. Oh, let's just get to the call sign bit. Keeps stopping me dragging, I don't know why.
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt. Sugar 51
Weird,
Charlie
right.
Kilowatt contact.
Right. Let's see if we can find... Can I find anyone?
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt. Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt contact.
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt. Ah, stopping me clear.
Take your contest. Sugar 51 Canada Kilo. Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt contact.
Ah, there you go.
Radio Yankee 591076.
Oh, Slovenia.
1076.
Yeah, so let's put that up there, like that. Can I make the width smaller? Yeah.
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt contact.
It's not a good idea. Let's make it wider.
November 591077. Roger. What's my number?
Oh, picture of a toe. Picture of a toe on his QRZ site. What a advert.
Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt contact.
Let's give him a shout. Right, let's set some watts. Let's do some tuner and set some watts. What should we have? I don't know, 80 watts. 80 watts.
Whiskey Victor? Again?
I think that should be enough. Let's give him a shout. Give him a shout, why not? What about some noise reduction?
Victor, what is your full call? Victor Kilo 16 Delta Whiskey 591078. Roger.
Taking notice of that, it's not working yet. I'm not doing anything with that yet.
Oscar Charlie 001. Thank you, good luck. Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt contact.
Golf 7, Uniform India Victor.
G7 United Italy Victoria, you're 591079, roger.
Roger on that. Sorry, I haven't got any additions to it. Must forgive me. Sorry about that. G7UIV.
Okay, thank you, good luck. Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt, contact.
Alright. That's a shame. I don't know what I'm doing.
Bravo Victor.
Don't know what I'm doing. So we're on 20 metres. 14,249. And I was running SSB 80 watts.
DL Delta Golf 1 Lima Japan Papa, you're 591081.
I need to give it. That's the trouble with some of this stuff. If you don't know what you're doing,
Good luck, thank you.
I don't know. It needs. What does it need? My locator, something like that.
November.
EU something. I don't know. What's this? Oh, QRZ advert. Right. So, log. Obviously, I've got no log set up for some reason.
Yeah, my number is 1082. 1082, Roger.
So, what we're going to do now, find someone else. Let's try and find someone. Here we go.
Good luck. Sugar 51, Charlie Kilowatt, contact.
Yeah, so we're supposed to be working, we're just having a play. It's Sunday morning, isn't it? We're just having a play. We've done a bit of work.
Code 5, Mike November Charlie. Code 2.
Thank you, 9 Alpha 2 Charlie Tokyo.
Lima 4, Mike Fox Radio.
Deal 4 Mike Sports Radio.
Thank you, 55117. Good luck, QRZ.
India Whiskey, Florida 5, London, Italy, Washington, contest. If you contest the CQC.
Okay, so we've got some contests going on here.
3 Alpha Alpha 9571.
1089, Roger.
Roger, thank you, good luck.
I did have an ability to scan these after.
Code 5, Mike November Charlie.
So we could do a little flag on here to say we've already QSO'd them. A little tick box. Or you change the colour. That'd be good. So you can double click and you can toggle it on to say you've logged them. Or spoke to them.
Germany 3 Alpha Mike Juliet, good morning, 5995.
I need to know what I'm gonna. Anyone know what I'm gonna my extension would be. I don't know. It's tell you in here.
Okay, thank you very much, my friend, and all the best. Merci beaucoup. Bon weekend.
Don't know what they want. Some people want your age. Some people want your location.
Mike, November, Charlie. Chico test, Foxtrot 5 at Mike, November, Charlie. Foxtrot 5 at Mike, November, Charlie. Foxtrot 5 at Mike, November, Charlie.
France.
Chico test, Foxtrot 5 at Mike, November, Charlie.
Oh, he's not asking for extension
Chico
stuff.
test, Foxtrot 5 at Mike, November, Charlie.
Golf 7, Uniform India Victor.
G Romeo after me.
Okay.
Yes, okay, got 0 Whiskey Romeo Sierra. Thank you, you're 59096.
Oh, he's doing the old 096 bit. I've no idea. I better shut up. I'll get
Yes,
told off.
Thank you very much, and all the best. Bye-bye. You got it? Chico test, Foxtrot 5 at Mike, November, Charlie.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, so I ain't got a clue.
Kilo, 5997.
What a shame. So, if I spoke to someone on there, it'd be nice to change the colour.
Thank you very much.
So if I do a double click, so you add them over to this, and you double click it when you've worked them, and change the colour. Yeah, so I can see I've worked them. And I go down on another band and choose a load more, then work them. I don't know. Let's see if we can take some Morse. Right, let's go down and listen to some Morse. What is that? Oh, hang on, oh no. I had to turn them off. No. That's weird. Too noisy, isn't it? Let's see if we can find anyone else. Can I do Nara? Too noisy. Why so noisy? Oh, is he on? Is he? Callum, how you doing, mate? Has he finished? Watching Callum. IOTA, yeah. I don't know what IOTA is. I'm useless when it comes to all this stuff. What's IOTA? Is it I don't give an iota, or is it what's it for? Independent. It's like POTA and SOTA, but IOTA. What, in a field, is it? I don't know. FOTA. I don't know, Andy. You have to teach me.
There's the number again. 57, thank you. Mike, my 0 X-ray November Charlie, thank you.
Yeah, I don't know what. No, not till 12 GMT. Ireland's on the air. Oh, Ireland's on the air. Right. Oh! Not till 12. Ireland's on the air. Right. Yeah, I've missed out. I don't know what it is. Yeah, so just you need your EU location. I heard Tim. What's his call sign now? Can't remember. G5TM or something, was it? Tim. I heard him on doing. Oh, it was last night, was it? Last night. Doing his IOTA. Yeah, I don't sort of do contesting. I suppose it's, I don't know. I don't really do it. I'm new to it really. So I had a massive break in between. Well, I never did HF years ago. Used to do VHF, UHF, HF. The last few years I've just got HF radio. I've never had one. Apart from, I tell a lie, I did have a converted ICOM CB years ago that was crystalled up for 10 FM. Just for listening, basically, just for listening. 10 FM. It did transmit as well. I don't know what happened to that radio. Just a little converted thing going back to 1980s, 88s. See, we've got a bit of interference there. Now, if I'd have got that filter working, I could have notched it out. But I haven't quite finished it. I could have notched that noise out. Or I could still go to the radio and do it. Let's try and do it off the radio. Right, here's the notch. So, I'm moving the notch. So, has the noise gone?
250, thank you very much. 9 Alpha 2 Charlie Tokyo.
Just sound better there though.
9 Alpha 2 Charlie Tokyo, contact.
It sounds better when he's slightly offset. Oh, you can just hear him again now. Yeah, so it'd be nice to get that working and tracking. So I'm going to have to work on that. what I wanted to do is get a release version out there so people can try it out and test it, maybe amend it, do some work on it, have a play. Yeah, it's all good stuff. I need to go and watch some of these other ones then, doing some IOTA. Islands on the air, yeah. Yeah, I need to go and watch some of the others. Needs a prefix. I don't know what the prefix is, so I can't do it. So if I come back to them now without my prefix, they're not going to be happy people. They're going to say, "Don't talk to me, you haven't got your prefix." I have no clue. I could ask ChatGPT or something. Let's ask it. Let's ask Gemini. What do you know of ham radio IOTA? Islands on the Air, which is some of the most popular awards. Okay. Right, so the serial number. Each group is assigned a unique reference code. Each group, hang on, let's read it all. One of the most popular, prestigious award and activity programs in amateur radio, established in 1964 by British shortwave listener Jeff Watts, and administered in partnership with the Radio Society of Great Britain. It encourages hams to make two-way radio contacts with stations located on saltwater islands around the world. Know then your island numbers. How the program works. Island groups, rather than tracking every single island on Earth, which would be nearly impossible, the program categorizes the world's oceans into roughly 1,200 distinct IOTA groups. Each group is assigned a unique reference code combining a continent prefix and a serial number, like EU 005 for Great Britain. Okay, so I can give them that. EU 05. Islands in Washington. Island Chasers. We are EU 05. Yeah, I've heard Tim saying that earlier when I was watching his stream. Didn't watch it live, I don't think. I missed it. Their goal is to log confirmed contacts with at least one qualifying island in as many unique IOTA groups as possible. God, that sounds complicated. Island activators and DX expedition to supply those contacts. Operators travel to remote or rare islands, often organise major DX expeditions, allowing chasers to add new groups to their logs. Right, I don't know what it's talking about now. Awards and scoring. The basic IOTA award requires confirmed contacts with 100 different island groups, including at least one with each continent. Okay. Higher tier certificates. Honour certificates. So you get prizes. Okay. Who gives you the prizes then? Where does the money come from? Clubs. Is it clubs? I don't know. Higher tier certificates, honour rolls, blah blah blah. Proof of contact, such as a QSL or digital log matching system like Club Log. Every July, is it July still? Yeah. The program hosts the annual IOTA contest. the major event on the ham radio calendar that heavily spikes activity on the HF bands as portable expedition stations maximise their time operating from coastal and island points. Islands on the air overview. The video provides an introductory. Right, okay. So can I just do it from where I am now? Have I got to go in a field near salt water, Andy? I don't know. I'm actually stuck now. I can't get behind it. Let's move this out of the way a minute. Because I've set mine to be always on top. Actually, I could just stick it there, couldn't I? Let's just stick it there like that. Right. Oh yeah, sounds good. So I don't know. I have to read the rules. I don't know. I don't know.
Sugar 5-1.
Kilo Edward, FT 59396.
59396. I don't see them specifying a prefix or a suffix. You can do it from your QTH. Oh, okay. Right. I don't know. I'd have to get some more. I'll get some more practice in before I do anything. But is it every year or is it? I just read it, didn't I? What did it say? Did it say every year?
Germany 3, Papa Whiskey Germany. Mexico 5. Mexico 5, Juliet Bravo, Mexico 59398.
Every July. Where did I read that? Every July. Okay. Well, I'll have to do it next July, unless you can. Is it just today, or is it all of July? Every year, yeah. It sounds off frequency a bit. Have I done something with it? Oh, I've got the DNR on. I turned the DNR off. It goes noisy now. Sounds clearer though, doesn't it?
Golf 3 Yankee Romeo Zulu, thank you, 59403. Thank you so much. You're very quick.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out if he's on the frequency there.
076, Roger, thank you.
So really, these last two digits, they don't really make much difference. it does a little bit. So if I'm doing that, I can alter it. So it doesn't even bother with that last digit, does it really? The fact that I can alter it and it alters on the radio, it doesn't make much difference. Doesn't seem to do a lot.
Kilowatt. Sierra 51, Charlie kilowatt. Contact.
Yeah, it's good stuff. I'd have to stop developing stuff and start using the radio more. So, is there any way I can bring up something on here? Like a picture. Is there any way we can monitor stuff? I'm new to all this, I don't know. Got no scope.
Uniform 2, Yankee Kilo, you're 591118, Roger.
Oh, there you go.
No, 1118.
Oh, so Slovenia, I spoke to him, didn't I?
1118, Roger.
Did alright there, didn't I, really, for just an HF-360, a fiberglass. Only any good on 20 metres though.
Did you say 479? 479?
First contact, according to that.
Echo Uniform 3, Roger. Thank you, good luck. Sugar 51, Charlie kilowatt, contact. Yeah.
Oh, looks like he's sat on a motorway.
Mike 0, Charlie Queen Oscar.
Oh no, somewhere over there.
Roger.
Wow. Sat on a car park by the looks of it.
Thank you, good luck. You are there. Echo. Sugar 51, Charlie kilowatt, contact.
Yeah. Our radio signal travelled a good way, only 80 watts. Fair play.
Fox 6, Charlie Sugar Echo, we have contact before, sorry. Yeah, we have contact before, train station. Sorry, good luck. This is Sugar 51, Charlie kilowatt, contact. Sugar 51, Charlie kilowatt.
Anyway, it's just a way of playing with it. Just stop your hand going up to your radio and...
Hello, contact with your contact. Sugar 51, Canada Kilo.
I think we should do some more work on it though, maybe. How long have we been going? Nearly 2 hours. Let's do some more work on it. What can we do next?
Sugar 51, Charlie kilowatt. Sierra 51, Charlie kilowatt. Contact.
Yeah, the AB button's not really working right. I did have an idea in my head what I wanted to work on. So I've done the settings for now. Oh, we need to take out some of the buttons. Yeah, hide some stuff, developer mode stuff. Do we want to hide the developer mode stuff? So if the developer mode is off, right. Oh, let's tell you what. Let's do time slicing on. Let's see.
Take your contact, sugar 51, Charlie, sugar 51, Charlie, contact.
Time slice off. Yeah, it is a bit crazy. I do some crazy stuff. But if you want to listen to him while you're sampling the frequency, just tick your slide. Obviously it has to slow it down because it has to switch back to this frequency, listen, and then switch back, take a sample and switch back again. I need to check that because it might...
Sierra 51 Charlie Kilo contact.
I'll just switch it off.
Final contact, Sugar 51 Charlie Kilowatt. Sierra 51.
CQ contest CQ contest Foxtrot 5, Lima, India, Whiskey, Florida 5, London, Italy, Washington, contest. Florida lycée. Fox lycée, Fox Zulu Alpha, bonjour, merci de l'appel, 59 416.
Alright, let's see if there's anyone on different band. Right, okay. Not much going on there. Okay, so right, let's have a look on here. Nothing much going on there, is there? Okay. So that's probably just some FT-8. Something there. Stop paying. I can't put music on, it's copyright. Unless I put my own music on. Welcome. Welcome, Batner. How you doing? I can put this music on, ready? Because I made that myself, so I'm able to put that on. But other than that, you're not allowed to put any music on. Oh, you can in short bursts. Get away with it, sort of. Technically. Yeah, you can put music on, just get demonetized. It's not a problem if you're not even monetized, so no problem for me. Anyway. Welcome in. What is this? Well, this is yeah, it's quite complicated, but it's. Have you heard of ham radio? Ham or amateur radio? There's people, normally older people, doing it all around the world. I'm fine learning to be a vibe coder. What about you? What radio is it? You learn to be a vibe coder. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, we do a combination of. I used to do real programming before AI, but now just takes too damn long. But I want to go back through my back catalogue and give it some functions and say, have at it. Try and make it better, but don't destroy the idea if it can help it. Yeah, so we've got here is a software front end here. Oh, actually Windows, come back. I didn't want it to do that. Has anyone ever shook something and actually wanted to do that? Come back. I was joking. Where are you? Bloody hell. That's the most annoying thing ever until you master it. I don't master it, so we've got Station Master Pro software running. I haven't set it up, so I've spoke to somebody just on my radio in Slovenia just a while back. And if I go to the log, where's my log? So I spoke to him on that frequency there a while back. 847 was it? Was it that long ago? Might have been. Yeah, head about ham. Know something about radio, so is a UIV radio look exactly like it? Yeah, it doesn't actually look exactly like it, but it does. The skin is based off it, and there's one or two other stuff. It's about twice the size of a real one, so it's twice the height and twice the width, and the display in the middle normally is just a monotone display on the real one. And the whole reason for this existence is I bought one and I wanted to learn how to control it with a USB lead or a cat control. I needed to get into digital, so I thought let's drop in at the deep end. And we've got I've got another radio. It's all singing, all dancing, and FT-891S. It's software defined radio. It does all the same stuff like down here. So if you bring your span up, your speed and your band, it does all that anyway. But the one that it's an FT-891, this is to mimic. We've put an S on it, which stands for the software, the missing lacuna or part. So I was hoping that you could just get one off Yaesu. They've already got their guys. The ones who are earning all the money, unless they're making it at a loss, they should be able to fund some developers to create this stuff. But there's there's loads of programs. All amateurs have made their own versions of it. Well, not all. There's a lot of stuff out there, and I wanted to learn the cat control. So no better way of making a cat, learning it, is to make your own. And it's of some use. it's even if it just saves me using the physical radio. The physical radio's up here. It just saves me using it, and I can get to the features easier off here, supposedly. A little bit easier. If I'm logging down here, if I wanted to alter the radio, I can just alter it from here instead of reaching out and altering it there. I don't know. There's some ways to set filters and stuff. You have to go through. There's 4 or 5 menu presses to get to stuff. So basically, we're just creating a shortcut method of getting into it, and we're also getting a bit of live data back off it, and we're able to change the frequency somewhat easier. So I can either change the band and go straight to something, change the mode, operate the volume and the RF gain off a scroll wheel or drag, bring up the function menu. Now all this is designed to bring the old radio, it's 8 years old or 9 years old, slightly up to scratch with the more modern stuff. Now, will it replace the modern stuff? No, of course it won't. It doesn't. It's not software-defined radio for a start. Even though we're defining some stuff via software, but values, basic settings. So we've got another radio up here, FT-710, that's been neglected since I bought this one. Started this project about 3 or 4 months ago, 3 months. So it's been neglected, and it's there's no need to develop any software for it because it does all this anyway. So you've got a bit of work to do. We're trying to create a release version of it onto GitHub. At the minute it's just there's no release version of it, so I need to mask out some of the stuff in development still away from the UI, so we can go on to set developer mode to on or off, set it to off, and then we save and close it, open it, and it hides all the stuff that's in development. It only shows you the stuff that's okay, it's been passed, but we've got a lot of work to do still. Hell of a lot of work to do still, but we're trying to put the building blocks in place, the main structure. Think of it as a bare bones PC, building a PC. You've got your case, your power supply, your main board, your processor, your RAM. Well, that's basically all it is, isn't it? So you build a building block, and then hopefully we'll invite people, or people will offer to fork it and do some of the work. It's not just for me, because it's an open source project. It will be open. It's open source now. I mean, all I've got to do is make it public and put a release version on, which I'm open to do before the day is out, if possible. And hopefully we'll get we've got a few programmers who've been on the channel in the past. So you are building the UI for a 9-year-old radio connector? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. The radio comes with a USB port on the back, so you can plug it into your computer. And basically you're going to take it in the car, take it portable, take your laptop, run it off your laptop. I did set up, I have a picture. I'll tell you what, let's bring up a picture. I'll bring up a picture in case you missed it. Right, so what I need to do is go into one of the groups. I set up a group for this project as well, by the way. It's a bit slow at turning up. Right, so I'll just bring it over here. Right, So that's obviously always on top as well. So yeah, so I set up a project here, a Facebook group. So I did, yeah, this picture here. I went on holiday and I took the equipment with me and I set it up on a laptop. So this laptop Surface Pro, the screen is set the same level back on the table as this. So that's the real radio, and it comes. I got a tuner that fits on it, but that's what you get. So normally it's just an LCD screen, a white LCD screen with none of the graphical content. So I've made it twice the width and twice the height. So in this area here is where, you know, the function button swaps out all the stuff. So effectively I should be able to, I don't know if it'll boot up, take this is a removable head, take it off. A lot of people put that in the front of their vehicle. They put the base to, you know, the main unit in the boot or somewhere under the seat. So effectively you could leave that off altogether, forget about it. Maybe, I haven't tried it yet. We should try that, shouldn't we? But I need to incorporate a way of switching the radio on. That button there, at the minute it'll close the program, but what I should do is be able to press or hold it and switch the radio on and off. So it's power off, as in switch the software off. But I could get it to switch the radio off, but you might want to close the app and leave the radio on and listen. So you don't want it defaulting. You need probably different way of doing it, or one of the settings maybe. Pressing the power button turns off the radio, on and off the radio. We won't do that now because I'm not trying to make a complete working thing. I'm trying to make the building blocks a usable item. It's usable, but obviously this radio, sorry, going off on tangent, doesn't do any of this. This is a more modern radio style. So this is basically already surpassed what that does, but that just shows you a bar graph. It's difficult to see. Cool, man, looks great. What are you coding it in? Right, good question. Right, the coding, it's it's all detailed on the title to the screen. C#, Windows Presentation Foundation. It's an old framework, 4.8, because it's just one I know inside out, so I don't really need to, you know, it doesn't need to be the latest stuff. Like, probably would be able to be converted quite easily. So that's written in Visual Studio is the editor. You probably could just write it in Avalon or something. But I'm just doing it to I know the program inside and out. So 2013 I used to run Visual Studio. This new versions I don't like all the AI, but I'm slowly getting into it. The radio, if the radio is off, how do you get it to turn on again? Over USB. Well, the USB is still active while the radio is off, believe it or not. In fact, I'll tell you what, we'll do that now. Shall we do it now? Let's create a new cat command to turn the radio on. Let's do it. So it's got to be done. So I'm going to switch it off temporarily. Bring back the program environment. Right, so we need a cat command. So we've got a cat control library here. So we need to power the radio on and off. So we'll go down. We're just going to add a new cat command. We'll have to look in the manual. Right, so I'm going to bring up the manual wherever it is. There it is. Right, I don't know why it always loads 2. I think it's because I've told I should tell it not to, in the settings, don't load multiples. Right, where's my settings? Have I got settings? Yeah. Settings, options, show the bookmark sidebar, remember the settings for each document, remember open files. There we go. So the radio in terms of RxText is off, but some controller is on in the radio. Yes. Yeah, the cat control side is always powered on. As soon as you got power to the radio in the backs, it recognises you, even with it switched off at the front. If you plug a USB in, the computer recognises it and it sets it up ready. So what we'll do is we'll have a look at the commands. Right, so here there's a power on command. Power switch, they are PS. So if we find power switch, have a look at the structure, we can create a new cat command. Power switch, there we go. So it's dead simple, power it off, power it on. You can read the state of it, so you don't have to issue the command, you can ask it. This command queries dummy data, requires dummy data be initially sent. Then after 1 second and before 2 seconds the command is sent. What? Anyway, so we create this new power on off. I'm just going to ask Gemini as well, because in case there's a different way of doing it. New subject FT-891 TF dyslexic FT-891 cat commands to switch rig on and off ICPS power switch. Is this the way, or is there another? Let's just make sure before we go down the garden path, the rabbit hole. Yes, it's indeed the correct cat command structure. Power state. Power state turns the rig on, turns it off. Important caveat for remote operation. Keep in mind that PS power on to work via the radio's internal USB controller and microcontroller must already be standing by with power supplied to the USB interface. So if the radio is completely shut down from a hard power source, well, yeah, that's pretty obvious. It can wake up via cat alone, depending on how your 12-volt computers are wired. However, for software control, when the transceiver is in standby soft mode, yeah, so that's the way to do it. So it's a simple command with only one character for P1. So we can actually copy that, and it's PS. So let's go and do that. Let's find an equivalent. Oh, there it is there. That's it there. So we'll just copy that. P. What did we say it was again? PS. FS. PS. This should be quite quick. Very quick this will be. Right, okay. So the PS, obviously it needs we need a power status, fast step, so we need to go up to the cat control and create a new power status. Is it power status? Have we got a power setting? An on off. Some of this was created initially by AI. Busy mode, radio, scan, no. So we'll have to create a new variable there. And it stands for power switch. Right, okay. So we want to do something like this again. Power switch. There we go. Developer mode. Let's create another one. Yeah, it's a waste of programming just to put a 0 and 1 in, I know, but it helps me read and diagnose, debug stuff, and later on in months ahead. Power switch modes. So yeah, doesn't matter that you've got extra. You could trim everything down if you wanted to. It looks repetitive, but it's the best, easiest way of looking after it. So we've got our power switch mode there. Oh, hang on. Power switch mode, yeah. Right, let's just silence the radio a bit. It's doing some, or we could listen. I'll tell you what. Let's turn some radios on. Let's have a listen to something. Let's find someone. Where are they? Where are they?
Oscar Sierra, India Zone 2, Florida, Oscar Sierra, contest.
Alright, we've got a contester.
Contest, India Zone 2, Florida, Oscar Sierra, India Zone 2, Florida, Oscar Sierra, contest.
Right, so we've got the power switch there. Okay, so we need to copy that to
India Zone 2, Florida, Oscar Sierra, India Zone 2, Florida, Oscar Sierra, contest.
yeah, so that needs to be, sorry, like that. So it starts up with the power switch off. Don't know if we need to do that way. Anyway, power switch mode on off. Yeah, okay. So we're going to a cyclic there. So we need to get to the main screen. Have a look at this mouse down event. So we're just shutting down the application, shutting off the outgoing data loop. So what we need to do as well is issue a cat command, but optionally. And we need to stick async in there. Alright, we need to copy the cat command. So do we have one that we've used recently? Yeah, FS. Here it is. I'll copy this one down here. Since we're powering it off, we start the program, we don't press the power button, but we need to be able to toggle it, so we'll need a toggle. For the minute, let's just see if we can turn it off. So we can't do it if we shut the application down, so we need to stop outgoing data loop, and then we need to await the power switch, and that needs to be power switch modes power off. Power switch modes power off. Okay. And maybe it'll work, maybe it won't. Let's check the cat command. So to power off it's a 0, to power on it's a 1. Now it does say here, this command requires a dummy data be initially sent, then after 1 second and before 2 seconds the command is sent. So it looks like I've got to set it. Right, that's weird. After 1 second and before 2 seconds the command is sent. So the command requires dummy data initially be sent, then after 1 second and before 2 seconds the command is sent. Right, so it's got some kind of built-in system, so I need to give it a delay. Looks like I've got to send 2 of them. So send 2 of them, but we need to wait a little while. Await task. So I need to find an await task. Have I got an await task here somewhere? Have I got one in here? Not sure. I think I've used it recently. No, not there. So let's go back up. I know where it is. Right, so we're back here. We need an await task in there. Just in the middle to give it 1 second before it issues a command again. I can find that in the station scope. No. Waterfall sweep, maybe. Let's have a look. Yeah, here it is. Okay, let's just use that one. Right, so it's milliseconds, so it wants a second. What did it say? Dummy data sent, then after 1 second and before 2 seconds. Okay, so we need a 1 second delay to send the same command again to switch it off. It's like a double check. It's like it's making sure you meant it. It's if it doesn't receive this command after a second of getting that one, or before 2 seconds. 2 seconds is too long. Before 1 second is too quick. Between 1 second and 2, it needs to get that. So it's going to await the outgoing loop delay, which is go to the peak the definition. Oh, it's only 5 milliseconds. Right, okay. So it should be enough. You could make that, I don't know, like that, a little bit over. Right, so when I power off, when I press the button, it turns the radio off and closes the program. Let's see. Oh, stopping the outgoing data loop. Yeah, that doesn't matter, because the outgoing data loop is, we've got a loop that sends pulses. This will send this anyway. Right, let's run it, let's give it a try. Let's just have a look. So we've got the radio on. I can turn the outgoing data loop off if you like. Turn the send off so it's down. Right arrow is incoming, left arrow is sending. So if I click this button, the radio's switched off. The radio's gone off and the program's run. Now obviously when I run it, nothing's going to happen. I'm going to have to switch it on myself. Hey, what happens now if I can't switch it back on again? So I need to press that to switch it on. No, when the program runs it switches it on. Maybe, if it exists. It does a check to see if it's connected, and it does a radio ID. It's not come up with the ID information because it's off. Now if I press the power control on the radio, there you go, and it's found an FT-891 because it's in boot up mode when it's constantly checking. So yeah, switch it off again. Looks great. So that's one thing we have to sort out. I get my thrills from something working out that easy. Right, so what I need to do now then is work out a way of switching the radio back on. So all we've got to do is, yeah, we could switch it on with a power button if it's off. We need to write a setting. Yeah, we need to change the power setting. So I need to find one of the settings I did earlier. Let's find a setting to reuse. Oh, it's going to be a lot further down. Hang on. Right, so we need to change the mode. Won't be that developer mode, it'll be something else. Because as it closes, it writes it and it tells you it's powered off. So if it's powered off when it was powered off last time, but you might have powered it on manually. So it needs to do a check first to see. It needs to do a check to see. It's quite complicated because it needs to check whether it's on or off before we can do that. I can't find it now. So the easiest way is go back to this one here. Right, so we need to make this a little bit more complicated now. So yeah, it can ask the cat command even with the power off on the radio. Sorry, the powered down radio from the switch, not the power supply coming in. We can ask it the state, and if it's if the state is, oh, hang on, I need to go up to the cat command. There's something we haven't changed. Let's find the cat command. Yeah, we're still on fast step. This needs to be power switch because it'll update the wrong variable basically, and then this needs to be power switch modes, and the result, let's have a look. Right, so power switch modes, yeah, that looked okay. Why has it got a red squiggle? I know why. Because my power switch variable is an int and it needs to be a power switch. Power switch mode, that's why. Yeah, that's the one. Right, so we now, okay, squiggles have gone away. Yeah, so every time we set or read it, ask the radio for it, it'll update this variable. Every time we set it, it updates the variable. So we can use that now for setting this lot here. So we can, when the radio boots up, it should power it on, shouldn't it really? Try and power it on anyway. We won't do it from this. Although you could hit the button. Yeah. So the same button can be used to power the radio on or off. We won't make it, when the software runs, we won't make it power it up. Because if you want it on, you just press your power button on the software or on the radio. So this needs to then check the... So stop out. It can stop the loop. Yeah, that's fine. What we need, I need to receive it though. We need to receive it. So we can't stop the loop there. We'll take that out and we'll shove it a bit further down. Let's just put that in there. Let's move the stop of the sending of the loop, and we'll put that down. I'll put it down here. So get rid of that from there. Now we've got our what's it doing? Why is it preempting stuff? Stop it, don't be AI horrible. Right, so it's not developer mode, it's the power switch. So we want to we need to read the mode. Probably we need to do it in boot up. Yeah, let's go and do it in boot up. We're not going to set it, we just need to determine the status. We'll do it here. Set up developer mode. We need to, this is the boot up part, so we need to do if power switch is equal to power switch modes, power switch. Do we need to switch it there, or we could do switch it on? You might not want it on. You might want to run the software with it off. So no. All we need to do is get the command. So we don't need to do any of that there. What we need to do is issue a cat command. No, we don't. Yeah, we need to issue a cat command to request it. We need to request. We're going to do that without the await command. Alright, so put it in here. Now, am I going to have an await on this function? I'll have to. No, async, sorry. Async. What's the matter with that? Why has it squiggled everything out? Void async. It's not gonna. Right, it's gone a bit crazy on me. Right, okay. Right, so anyway, let's put this here. So we're going to await the power switch, but this time we're not going to set it to anything. We're just going to give it a 0. We're not actually going to provide it with. We're going to use an overload and just send it just send it nothing. Yeah, we're just going to give it a command and ask it for its value. And we need to create in the boot up section a listener. That can come out of there. Right, so that should do it there. Now we're going to go into our cat command. So we've started the outgoing data loop and we're awaiting. Right, so it won't ever receive it. We need to probably move that down after we've started the outgoing data loop. Let's put a bit of a note here. Ask rig for power switch status. There we go. Okay, so we're asking for it now. We've got to go to the cat command for the incoming data listener. Right, incoming data listener, where are you? Right, handle incoming data, here it is. So we've got our domain, it's the boot up bit we're after really. Handle incoming data, right. Noise filters. Start on outgoing data, yeah. Got to find the bit where I need to put it in. Right, here it is. So we don't want to do this every time. We only want to do it during boot up. Right. So where do we do it? In the boot up, we need to issue process the incoming radio data, right? So during boot up, we need to do. We've sent it a cat command. We just need to set the variable. Yeah. We just need to look at the radio state. Yeah. So let's just do that there then. If current radio state power switch is I just need to set the variable from it. Yeah, just set the variable. No, we haven't actually set the variable there. We need to read it. So serial message. So we need to process it. Just forgot how I did it now. How did I do it? So we don't want to send the command out. We just want to set the radio. But what will that do? We've asked for the variable over here. We're asking for the status of it. It then answers in the data loop, and while we're in boot up mode only. So it automatically updates the variable, so we just need to check the variable, and once it's set, yeah, once it's set we just change it. So, but it's automatically set anyway by default once we've asked for it, even though we don't need to do nothing with it, so that's fine. We don't need to update any UI stuff, so that's fine. We don't need to do anything there at all, really. So all we got to do is when we hit the power switch, again, we've got to just yeah, all we got to do is when we press the button, if we are if the status is off, then switch it on, yeah, and vice versa. Okay, let's try that then. So we'll do an if the power switch is equal to, oh god, it's all going a bit wrong, power switch mode start off. Well, let's do if it's, should we do off first? Yeah, off first. If it's off, then we're going to do this bit. Let's do an else if. Else if it's on. If it's on, we do something else. And if it's not determined, I just do something else. Right. Leave it alone. Do nothing. Ignore it. Cannot be applied int. That can be applied to int, but this can't. Why not? What the hell is going on there? Zero, right, I don't know. That's weird, isn't it? Anyway, we'll just rebuild that. Cannot be applied to operate of power switch modes. Okay. What the hell? That's crazy. Maybe we don't need to put the cast in there. Right, so if it's off, if the state is off, we're intending to switch it back on. So to switch it on, we need to do the same thing here, but change the command slightly. So we need to change it to on. So it gives it an on, then it gives it an on. Okay, and if we on, then we want to switch it off. So we want off, yeah. And also, if we're not determined, we don't care. We're not going to do nothing. And we'll need to switch So that can go. Right, so we don't want to stop the data loop and shut down the application unless we are in fact actually switching it off. Yeah, so the else clause will never do anything. Else do nothing. Else do nothing. Okay. Right, will that work? So let's see if it's a toggle. If the switch is powered off, power it on. Okay, and if it's on, we power it off. And if we power it off, we shut down the data loop and shut the software off. And if we're powering on, it just carries on, ignores it. Right, who knows? Let's just build it. Let's give it a go. Right, let's give it a go. Okay, got the main software here. It's already spoke to the radio and determined that it's powered off. And the radio is actually powered off. Now I'll switch it on. The radio was just turned on. Yeah. It's turned on. And let's switch it off again. Let's just switched it off and the software's shut. Too easy. Right, let's try it again. Too easy. Okay. Now the software's come on, the radio is off, so that needs to change its tooltip to power on, power off, or toggle power on off. The radio's just come on. So what happens if I've got the radio on like I have now and I want to leave it on and listen? So if I turn the software off, but the radio might want to leave on. If I do that, it's just going to switch it off, which it has. So that's annoying, because it means you've got to go to the radio and switch it back on again with a button. You might not have the front on. We might have the front packed away in a box somewhere. So how do we do that then? How do we implement that? We could do clever stuff like right click the button, but it's getting people to remember. I've tried that before, left click and right click for different abilities, and people just keep using the wrong click, or they use the left click. So what about if you have to hold the button for so long? Yeah, that's an idea. So long press on the mouse down. Yeah, we start a little counter off, and if you but the animation will just run, won't it? So we need to hold off. I think we'll involve Gemini on this one. Let's get Gemini up. New subject, sort of. Why is it calculating? It's calculating a new subject. I need to do a long press on the mouse down so I can change the way function reacts Right, have at it. Let's see what it's got. To implement a long press for your power, typically need to handle the both mouse down to start the timer or track the and the mouse up or mouse leave. Here is how you can rewrite your logic to differentiate between a short press. So we've got a cancellation token for a long press. So a mouse down is long press false. Token source, new cancellation token. I don't want to cancel it, I just want to do something different. So this is a mouse down. Delay 1000. Oh, you can. Right, okay. Do something from it. Long press is true. Then. Okay. Sounds good to me. Do you need a power up though? Why do you need a power up? Put your long press logic here. No, I can just do if it's a long press. Then do this, because it's awaiting the long press cancellation token. Yeah. Okay. So I can do it. Mouse leave. Do we want to do all that? Can we combine into just the mouse down? Just in the mouse down. Yes. Event by tracking the time difference. Yeah. Oh. Between the mouse buttons goes down, and when it comes back up using a loop or task, wait until mouse up. No. Here's how you can implement a clean long press versus right. So your mouse down. Okay, there it is. Put your long press logic here. Okay. Oh, is it doing a mouse event handler? It's setting up a new handler. A mouse release token. Right. Do I want to do all that? Do I need it like that? I don't think so. Do it with no new events. To handle a long press die within the mouse down event without wiring up additional event handlers, using the left mouse inside a timed loop to keep everything cleanly contained. Power off mouse button canvas mouse down method. Yeah, that's it. Why did you do that in the first place? Right. Okay, let's just go into here and have a look. Right, so we've replaced, put your long press logic here, so okay. Right, okay, so we've got our wait, our poll interview, get the mouse position. Why is it doing that? Dragged outside, press the cancel. Okay. Check if the user held it long enough. Put your long press logic here. Okay. Short press logic. So if it's a short press, so we've got to decide if it's a quick press. Yeah, if it's a quick press, it closes the software. If it's a long press, it closes the radio. So we have got to put all this put all that in the quick long press. So we're going to do a long press, and if it's a long press we're going to power off the radio and power it on, but yeah, if it's a long press we power it off, and if it's a short press we just shut it down. Oh, we need that, sorry, need that bit. Okay, let's see if it works. Here we go. Yeah, so if we long press it, we still close it down, but we power the radio off. We short press it and close the software. So if you intend to shut the radio off, you have to do a long press. Let's see if it will work. Right. So we're there, and if I quick press it, close the software, the radio is still on. If the radio's still on now, if I long press it, it's gone off. Yeah, so if I run the program again, it loads up, the radio is still off. If I long press it, it determined the radio was off from the boot up sector, boot up part, and it's toggled it to switch the radio on, which is done. Yeah. Okay, so if I just hold long press now, see what happens. Right, so I'm holding on to the thing and it just powers off after a second. Okay. So I need to alter the button tooltip, toggle power off stroke on, long press. Can I do long press and long press, sorry, toggle, so short press, toggles software on off on off, long press toggles rig. Toggles rig on stroke off also. Okay, don't know if that will show up any better. Let's give it a go. It might be too massive. I might need to do a custom tooltip. Custom tooltip at one point. Yeah, short pressed toggle software on off, long press toggles rig on off. So short press toggles the radio off, and okay, long press, so the radio is off, it's determined that the radio is off. Long press switches the radio on, leaves the software running. Very nice. Okay, and if I go a short press and then move away, nothing happens. If I do a long press, then oh, I stayed on it too long. Yeah, I should have moved the mouse away, so let's do it again. So a long press, switch the radio on. A long press, but move away. That's fine. Didn't shut off. Okay, so there's the power on off. So effectively, if I turn it off now, I'm going to do something now. Don't know if I'll blow it up. Right. I'm going to power the radio off. Tell you what, before I do that, I'm going to power it on so you can hear the audio. I'll tell you what, let's close the program. Hang on. I'm just going to save that. Minimize it. I'll launch the program executable. Right, this is it without the developer. I'm slowly running out of surface area. I need to tell it that this is no mouse down on it. Yeah, I need to edit that so I can still drag it. Right, so the radio is off. I'm going to turn the radio on. The radio's come on. I'm just going to bring the RF up so we can hear a noise. Let's try and find someone. Oh, did you find anyone? That'll do, let's just find someone here. Okay, we found someone. Right, there he is. I'm going to power the radio off now. Right, I'm going to power the radio off. It's off. The software's turned off. I'm going to take the front off the radio. This could be a bad idea. Right, I'm unclipping my radio. I have the front of the radio here. I'm going to run the software again. Right, so run the software. I can't hear anything out the radio. I'm going to see if it'll. I'm going to hold the button down to switch the radio on. The radio's just come on. It's just bleeped at me. So it doesn't like the fact that there's nothing attached. No, it won't actually turn on. I heard 3 bleeps then. So can I turn it off? No, it actually switched itself off. I'll try it again. It switched itself off. See if I can switch it on. No. Right, so that doesn't work. Anyone interested? That doesn't actually work. The radio's actually coming on already, even though I didn't tell it to switch on. That is weird. So don't try and do that. That's a shame. And it's stuck in an on state now, an unbootable state. It's put itself in a state where I think you need to. Yeah, it's okay. It's measuring the voltage now. It's back on again. Yes, you can't operate your radio without the front on. That's a shame, isn't it? Right, let's ask it. Can I operate the radio without the front detach? Without the detachable front connected? I don't know if anyone's ever asked that question. No, you cannot operate the transceiver manually if the front control head is completely detached and nothing is connected in its place. The front panel houses the main microprocessor interface. Does it? Display and button dial controls for the radio. Furthermore, the microphone itself plugs directly into the jack on the main body, but the transceiver relies on the data connection through the front panel interface to function as a complete radio unit. However, you can separate them using separation kit. That kit provides a remote mounting bracket and extension cable, so you can mount the main body of the radio away, such as under the seat. Yeah, we know that. Alternatively, if the front panel is attached to the body, you can control the radio entirely via computer without touching the physical front panel buttons, which is likely how you interacts with it. I was hoping to put the front away and just use cat control. Unfortunately, you cannot completely disconnect and remove the front panel head. The front panel is not just a passive display or simple collection, but it acts as a primary hardware control interface board. If you unplug and remove it entirely, the main body will fail to boot properly. Internal architecture will break down, leaving your CAT software overcoming. Yeah. If your goal is to tuck the bulk of the radio away outside, only look at the screen on the software. Use the separation, keep the head attached locally, hide the main body of the, yeah. Oh well, that's a shame, isn't it? Never mind, I didn't really want to do it, I just wanted to see if I could do it. I just wanted to see if I could do it. So I can't drag from these at the minute, I can drag from that, so I need to make that slightly different. So let's just turn that off. So the radio's still on. So I need to find that one. Go up to developer mode. Yeah, we need to make this canvas is hit test visible equals false. Yeah, I should be able to then drag. It'll go through the mouse events and bubble through to the background, allow me to carry on dragging. Yeah, so I can drag on the off, I can drag on the COM port, an indicator, I can drag on the radio, and that, yeah. I can drag. Time slice is a toggle switch, so I can't drag on that. Can't drag on scope, can't drag on send. I can drag on send LED and receive LED, and the information about the frames per second, and the whatever, I keep forgetting what that is now. Okay, so developer mode, we can turn it on and off. Yeah, so we can do something with a button. So we're going to have to create a manual for this at some point. AB needs to be done, VM, all this needs to be done. I'll do it. What time we got? Yeah, I've done enough for one day. Yeah, it's time for some breakfast, or stroke lunch, or brunch as they call it. So we've done a little bit. A lot of this stuff goes hidden after you've completed it. You don't realise you've done it, but you know, it's a good thing about live streaming it all. You can look back and slowly see it all coming together. Right, so there is, yeah, so I'm going to have to do another stream later on with it, I think. Because we need to get it, an executable done. Let's just quickly try an executable. Let's just turn that radio down. So, right, so I'm in debug. If I put it into release, build the project to update the view, build solution, build, clean, publish, run code analysis. So let's build it, see if it objects to something or other. No, it hasn't objected. Right, now can I just publish it? Publish. What does this do? No idea. I used to run an installer, advanced installer. I used to do all my stuff in a third-party tool for creating an executable. Where do you want to publish the application? Specify the location to publish the application. You may publish the application to FTP server or a file path. Okay, let's just browse, see where we're going to put it into. We're going to put it into Drive C, My Solutions. We're actually going to put it into can I create a folder? Yeah. Yaesu FT-891 front end published. Published. I don't know. Release. I'll just call it a release. There you go. Front end release. Okay. Don't know what we do. Right. Run from a website. Run from a CD-ROM. Okay. Will the application check for updates? The application will not check for updates. No, not at the minute. The wizard will now publish the application based on your choices. When this application is installed on the client machine, a shortcut will be added to the start. Okay. So it's sort of doing its own installer. Publish succeeded. Right, that might be alright then. So it's created a little folder for us. Application files and setup. Right, front end application. So you run your setup. So surely that's all we need to do, isn't it? I don't know, I ought to test if it runs really. I ought to set it up on a laptop. Oh, I just happen to have a laptop here. No, I've already got the software on this one. I need a different laptop that hasn't got the software on. I'll go and get one. Have I got another one here? I've got another one here. It might need charging up. I've got them coming out my ears. Here's another one. Right, this one's more likely dusty, very dusty. God, it is dusty. Right, probably flat. Yeah. Have I got a charger? Right, I need to charge one up. I tell you what, we'll forego that for a minute. I'll try and get these files over to GitHub now. Let's do that. Let's get a GitHub repository on. Right, so we want this one here. Now we've got no releases. Create a new release. This is a pre-beta. It's not an alpha. It's not a beta. It's more of a zeta, a Z. So it's just to get developers using it or anyone trying it, but it's full up of problems still. Release title. Okay, FT 891. What have I called it? Transceiver software front end. We don't have a name for it. Okay. Release title. What? Retarded beta. Not advanced beta, retarded beta. Pre-release. Pre-release. Don't know what to say about it. Right. Release notes. Attach binaries by drop them or select them. Okay. Oh, we're getting some out there. Right, attach binaries, okay. Is that enough, or is it... Where's the folders? Release label. Non-production ready, okay. Publish the release. Description. A software... cat control front end for the Yaesu FT-891 HF ham radio. Open source. Open source software, free to the ham radio community. We invite developers to progress, help, I don't know, whatever, to have at it, to do it, whatever, to join the process, I don't know what to say. That'll do for now. Right. Markdown is supported. Right. Generate release notes. Publish the release. Why does it not show a folder? Surely it needs a folder. Attach binaries by dropping. So it wants a binary. Okay, I'll try it. Now, we're unable to create the release view. Make sure you have a valid tag. This is a draft and won't be seen unless it is published. Select a tag. Create a tag. Search tag. What is a tag? Search or create a new tag. A tag? Christ knows what a tag is. It's common practice to prefix your version names with the letter V. Sometimes, right, okay. Okay, so V 1.0 beta pre-release. Pre-release. What is a pre-release? I have no idea. Create a new tag. Contains invalid characters. Right, doesn't like that probably. Invalid characters. Doesn't like the dot. Shows me a dot there. What are you talking about? Okay, it doesn't like the space then. Doesn't like the space. Pre-release. Okay. Target master. Filter branch master. Pick a branch or recent commit. Now we need to make sure. Hang on. GitHub. Release. What should I set? Target to. Master, typically main. The branch main master tells the branch's history to anchor the release tag onto. Tag version combines a target branch to set main. Okay. It's on master as well. Don't know. I have no clue. Right. We finished. There was an error creating your release tag name. Right. Pre-release. Software. La 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 la. Source code. Target. Source code. Application. Right. Assets 4. So what do you do with it now? It doesn't say it was successfully done or anything. Compare. I have no clue. Right, so we go back to won't be available because it's not public. So I'll go back to the main one, set it to public. I need to do that. Hang on. Publish your first package. We've got one release tag. Doesn't say anything. Right, so we need to how to set public. Settings, scroll to the danger, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the general settings page. Right, general settings page, where's that? General settings page. Right, settings. All the way down the bottom. Change the visibility. Danger zone. Disable branch protection rules. Transfer ownership. Achieve archive. Delete. This repository is currently private. Okay. Change to public. I want to make this repository public. I have read and understand. Yeah, go for it. When you are ready, trigger a mailer to verify your identity. Right, let's plug that off the screen a minute. Right, it just wants, hang on, wants me to verify something, and let's put the program up or something in the meantime. Right, I need to just check an email. So I don't know if it's going to work, we'll soon find out. Right, there's a code I need to put in. It's all interesting stuff, isn't it? Where's it gone? There it is. Put the code in there. Make sure there's no spaces in it. No, verify. Okay, we've verified it. Okay, so it's now public. Right, okay, it's there. It's public. Everyone, it's public. There's a link in the description. So I'm going to try and access it from a browser now. So I'll go on here. Let me see if I can get to it. So if you go GitHub, Dave Paul Jones, github.com, Dave Paul Jones. Right, so transceiver software, release versions. So if I click that, what happens? Okay, and if I click that, what happens? Compare. What does it let you do? Choose compare. Comparing changes. Nothing to compare. Don't know what that is. So I suppose you just delete it. No, download it. Releases. Okay, so what do I need all that? I think there's a folder missing. Pre-release. Okay. What's this? That's the tag. Assets for. You don't need the source code. You just need these two. I don't know what you do with them. Do you download them? I don't know what you do with it. Already forked it. How you doing, mate? You'll have to teach me about all this. It's all new to me, really. Welcome at Mark. How you doing, mate? I need to get it out there so I can have a rest and do something else. Right, so I don't know. You can get to the software, but I don't think this is a full thing. Has it downloaded it? Yeah, it's downloaded that. Right, I don't know if I need this. Right, so I'm going to go into the folder. Hang on. Right, what's that? Go to the folder. Let's have a look. So I've got 2 files. I have no idea. Do you just run that? I'm doing good. It's Sunday. I was gonna have a beer and watch the F1. I think I might spend a few hours in your code. Yeah, go for it. Mate. It'd be nice to get some help on it. I don't know why Yaesu don't do one. It seems mad that you've got to do your own. They designed the thing. They got no resources that can do it for you. Yeah, she's got to. Anyway, I wanted to release it ready because as long as they know it's a beta, it's like a bucket of water. I've just made a bucket, and the bucket is full of holes. And you're trying to carry the bucket from one place to another, and it's leaking all over the place. So I need to somehow make that bucket stop leaking. So, but I've done what I can do. I will do more on it, but we'll see if any contributors want to do little bits on it. And we'll have to have a as it boots up, we'll have to put any helpers' names, developers' names in it, you know, or whatever in the front bit. So when we run the program, this bit here, welcome, and it says thanks the developers, basically, you know. And that's about it. It needs to automatically switch over to this one as well. But all these buttons haven't been done yet. They've got temporary stuff in, so there's loads to do. But and I've got to do all this bit here as well. Got to sort all that out. Got some of it working. They've got loads to do. Let's just see what happens anyway. Yeah, I think I need a beer as well. I need a beer. Anyway, so I don't think this is an executable file, but we'll try it. So I'm going to try and run it. Right, I'm going to open it. What will it do? It'll say there's something missing. Right, so run anyway. Unknown publisher, it always says that. Is it going to find what it needs, or is it missing something? I think it's missing something. It's not a standalone file, is it? So it's just quit on me. Hang on, what's it asking for? Something it's asking for. Ah, here it is. It's hidden behind my OBS. Cannot download the applications missing required files. Yeah. Okay. Right. So there's some files missing. That folder didn't include the folder. So. Right, so the folder is missing. What a shame. How do I get to it? Right, so this tag, release version. How do you... Right, downloads. Notes. Right, it's not showing me... How can I add another... Obviously it's not a self-contained file, is it? It needs the folder. There's no way to add a folder. Assets. Can I add an asset? No. Yeah, that's a bit mental, isn't it? Right, let's ask... oh, where is it? Have I got it? Right. I created a release version, but in VS I published it. It created a folder that has not gone onto GitHub. My drink's gone cold and I was going to go and make some lunch. Publish an application using Wizard. Only builds the files locally on a computer into a folder. Visual Studio's local publish tool does not automatically upload or sync those. To get the release files into GitHub, you need to manually upload them to the release you created. Here is how to do it. Locate your publisher folder. Open the folder in File Explorer. Oh. If you hang on for an hour, I'll package it up for you and submit a pull request. Okay. Yeah, no problem. That sounds good. It's called Publishing in .NET. Yeah, I did click on the publish. I went on to... Where did I go? I went on here and I did... Hang on. Publish. It created the folder, which is... Created all this stuff. Right, it created all that, but when I copied the whole lot over, it only copied the files. Didn't copy that. Unless I zip it up. Do I zip it up? Do I create a zip file? I'm not sure. I've never done one. I need to do this actually to my other program, Event Horizon. Right, where did we get to with this? Select the files inside your published folder. Right click and compress them into a zip. Okay. It's got to be a zip, has it? You zip that as a package, yeah. Okay. Where you just was, right, yeah, got you. Okay, let's zip it up. Add to an archive. Right. It's alright, OBS is blocking it again. Here it is. So we want a zip file. Okay. Right, it's done. So we need to send that one instead. That's it. Nice, nice. Right. Okay, so I'm going to go over to it. That's a complete pack. Once zipped. Right, brilliant. So I've got to get rid of these now. How do I replace them? Go to your navigate to repository, open releases, click on releases, edit your release, find the release you previously created, click the three dots. Who invented this idea of doing it this way? Right. Click the three dots. Use the three shells. What the hell? Alright, so go back to there. Right, go to there, go to that. Click on the releases. Click the three dots. Oh, there. Click commit port requester. What the hell? Oh, because I'm not logged in here, am I? Sorry. This is not the logged in one. I need to go to the logged in one. Right, let's put that back up there. So I'm going to watch the live stream and everything all in one go. So we're going to go to go back to that one. Click the tag. Click the three dots. Edit the release. Here we go. Right, so we still need them. Oh no, got to get rid of them too. Attach the binary. There it is. Okay. Right, so update the release. Your cap control. Right, didn't say anything, that's just me saying it. Right, okay, so go back to this one. Why does it do that? Oh, it's just slow. Click on the tag. Why does it show just tag? Why doesn't it show that? So I click on that, or downloads. Click on that. Download the zip. I could put a download. I could download of this on my website as well if need be, but alright, it's nearly done. It is done, so open the file. Well, it's already on my computer anyway. Let's just see if it'll run now. Oh, what's it done? Oh, it's just slow at catching up. Right, let's try and run it. Is this going to wreck anything? Don't know whether to install it on... I'll just install it on the own computer. So you'll have to run it anyway. Trust it's open source code, so there's nothing malicious in it. Apart from the ability to crash your computer or crash your radio. Right, what's it doing now? It's lost it. There it is. It's put the requester up behind OBS. Publisher cannot be verified. Are you sure? Let's just get rid of this a minute. Are you sure you want to install soft front end? From hover over the string below to see the full. Yeah, unknown publisher, install. Alright, it's probably gone behind OBS again. No, it hasn't. Has that just ran that, or I don't know, has that just ran that, or I don't know what went on then? Just opened the program. Maybe it just did it, I don't know. Right. Oh, I've got a new icon. So it just installed it and didn't go through a process or anything. Yeah, so it's here. Okay, so it's picked up the old settings still. I don't know. Anyway, someone will have to have at it and see if they can. Yes, it launches when the install. Ah, got you. Well, that's what happened then. It's alright, I used to use Advanced Installer for, I still use it sometimes for my setup files. I haven't used it for ages because I haven't had anything ready to finish for a few years. So that used to run you through and give you loads of options. Okay. Right, anyway, we've been going for a while. So anyone who, let's just go again. Right, so anyone who wants to give it a try on their radio, FT-891, go to follow the link. So I'm going to just go there. I'm going to click in the description of this live stream. There's a link. I'm going to click it. Right, I'm clicking it now, and it's just opening up a tab, and I'm going to bring the tab over here. This is what it's just opened up. So it's opened up, so you click in the link in the description to the GitHub. It takes you straight to this page. You don't have to look at all the code and that. You can just click on the tag. So just go on releases and click on the tag. Click on downloads. And click on that and download it again. There you go. Open the zip. and just run that file there, setup exe. It'll go through and install it on your computer. We'll ask you, it'll come up with a Windows warning. There it is. Defender smart screen prevented unrecognised app from starting. You can either don't run it or you can click more and run it anyway. Anyway, so I won't do it because I've already put it on. Well, there it is, and I'm gonna go and have some lunch now. So we'll carry on with the bits of it. Right, I think that's going to do it. So I'm going to say, because we've been going for nearly 4 hours, so I will let the community decide if they want to do any bits on it. I wouldn't work too hard on anything, just have a play, and I probably need to document it all up and stuff, but I mean, at the minute it's just a pre-release beta, don't expect too much. Alright then, I'm going to be out of here now, so goodbye, 73. Thanks for watching. Catch you later, Mark, and anyone else who's on here. I'll probably come on later on. Catch you in a bit. Bye for now. Ta-ra. Oh, cheers, mate. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, 7-3 for now. Talk to you in a bit. Bye-bye.
Is that a question?
Yes.
The question is futile.
That information is not available.
My interpretation of the data leaves little room for error.
You know what they say. No good deed goes unpunished.